Today, unbelievable performance by them, by James Cook. He had a fantastic day and made some big runs. You know, they consistently owned the line of scrimmage and made it challenging for us. We were not able to get our run game going today. Went to the pass game, and that's where the turnovers happened. And pretty clear story right there. We made it really hard on ourselves against a good team, and you know, made it a really challenging situation for us. So, would love to see better execution in those things, in those areas, and be able to move on from that.
Dave, when a situation like today happens where it's kind of hard getting that run game established, did you consider at any point deviating from the plan to alternate the series with Chuba and Rico?
Nope, like the plan, just looking for execution, and we have to be able to be balanced, you know, with the pass game in those situations, and the turnovers really just got us out of our rhythm and, you know, put us in a different mode.
Dave, at the end of the game, with the clearly out of reach, why did you stick with Dalton? Why not go to Hooker at that time?
Yeah, just wanted to give him a chance to get us a successful drive, and we were able to move the ball down there and get a touchdown on that one. But, you know, it was just a chance to bounce back. I love finish. I preach finish, talk about the guys, trying to give them an opportunity, you know, after a really sloppy first half to go back in there and try to get something going.
What can you tell us about the offensive line injuries? They ever stayed an impact?
Yeah, unfortunately, Brady Christian's got an Achilles, and so he's, you know, it's a significant one. He's going to be out. We're going to miss him a lot, and just gives me a chance to just talk about what he's meant to this group, the flexibility to play all across the line in different spots. Been playing great football for us, so we're really going to miss Brady. And, you know, Jake Curhan stepped in there and did a good job at the end, but I can't say enough about what he's just the stud guy that he is, the preparation that goes into it. You know, he's sick about it, and we all are, you know, for him and what he's done for us.
Are you thinking it's ruptured?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Those offensive line injuries coupled with Andy's limited mobility, was that just a recipe for disaster?
It made it really challenging, and you know, we try to find that balance, you know, but at the same time, when guys rolling in there, Austin did a great job stepping in for Cade. That was an ankle. We'll evaluate him more, so we'll have more information on what that looks like. But I thought Austin did a really good job going in there and, you know, settling it down, being able to get, you know, just get our runs and passes and all that targeted the right way. So guys stepping in again, Yash coming in for Timo. We'll evaluate Timo a little bit more. Right now it's a knee, and he just wasn't able to finish. And saw some pretty good rushes out there, and we really felt like Yash would give us a better chance after that point.
What about Derek Brown and his knee injury?
Yeah, Derek seems fine. They evaluate him on the sideline at this point in the game. We just made the decision to keep him out of there to be able to finish the game with the other guys.
Dave, how close was Bryce to playing today, or being active today?
Pretty close. He made progress throughout the week. We didn't feel confident enough to get him out there to be able to do all the things that he needs to do to be successful. But we'll circle back around early this week, and the hope is to get him back out there on Wednesday doing something. But we got to be smart and do the right thing.
Did something anger Princely at the end? He threw his helmet against the wall.
I did not see that. A lot of frustration along the sideline. My message to the group is this is one game right here. The explosives, how well we've been playing the run, that didn't happen today. And then we gave them the ball, gave them some short fields in some different situations. And just asking the guys, we will look at this film. We will take it and correct the things that need to be corrected and right the ship based on the things that we've been doing.
Understanding you're going to have to look at the film, the challenges in defending the run. Was there anything that jumped out to you that caused it?
Just explosive play. I thought James Cook did an excellent job of being patient and just really slow playing. They did a great job up front, staying on their combinations, and didn't feel like we could collapse the backside of some of these runs. There were some cutbacks that got out on us. And the toss cracks, really were effective for them today. So stuff that we got to look at, and this is a copycat league, and teams are going to see that and try to attack us with those things. So we got to go back to the drawing board and make sure we're fitting all those up correctly.
Fundamental breakdown on the run defense, because I think 168 of Cook's yards were before contact.
Yeah, it's about the fits, right? It's a discipline of playing the run game that it takes. So we got to get back to that.
Dave, if this was a measuring stick type of game, then are you guys that far behind the elite teams in the league, as this process continues?
We really look at it as one game. There's a lot of good football right in our rearview mirror, and we just got to get back to playing that kind of good football. So for us, it's just one opportunity to the next opponent, look at them and try to attack our game plans and fix those things. But we have to keep our focus right here, right now, and be able to get back to work.
Dave, how do you not let that stump the momentum that you had built with the previous?
Yeah, just get back to the fundamentals. And the great part is we have an opportunity to look at the last 4 games, to look at what's successful for us and to see where the holes were based on how we've been playing and how we've been attacking on both sides, on the offense with the run game and also on defense. So we got to be able to look at that and grow and just get back to the basics.
You didn't rule Bryce out completely until today. What's his status moving forward?
Yeah, we'll take a look early this week. The plan is to try to get him back out there on the field Wednesday and see what he can do. But again, we got to be smart. We got to see where we're at.
How engaged was he and how involved was he on the sideline throughout the game with feedback, talking to Andy and talking to you maybe about what he saw?
He did an excellent job of just going to Andy regardless of the outcome of the drive and just talking to him, staying in his head, encouraging him, leading. That's what he's been doing while he's been here. He was very engaged, very involved in what we were doing. So I know Bryce is just as sick as the rest of the guys.
Dave, you said it was tough to get the run game going. Rico averaged almost 7 yards a carry. How do you keep that balance while still trying to get your best players involved?
Yeah, that's something to look at too, and we got to look at schemes and we got to look at our personnel and see who gives us the best chance to win.
Dave, the first turnover that Dalton made on the scramble, game was still very much in play at that point. Do you think that was the most critical one because of where it was and what happened?
Every turnover that's created by the opponent, it makes the game challenging. Doesn't make it impossible, but as they start to mount up, those are the things where the score starts to turn lopsided the way that it did, And that first one, Andy's back out there playing. We count on him to end the play with the ball, end it on our terms, and I know he'll bounce back and be able to do that if he has to play this week.
Will you continue using Andy as Bryce's backup?
Absolutely.
On that second one, Dave, was that a tunnel screen that they just diagnosed, or what?
Yeah, it was, and the end got a beat on it, and tipped it to himself. So another thing that we just have to look at with our scheme and answers for different pressure type of possibilities.
You don't seem too frustrated after this one. What are your emotions right now?
I just have a lot of confidence in this group and the football that we've been playing, and knowing that wasn't us. What we put out there today was not us. That was not the ball that we've been playing that's allowed us to have success. I have a lot of confidence in this group to be able to turn around, take this as a loss. A loss is a loss. Let's fix the things that we can fix. Let's get refocused and get back to work.
And then one thing, point of clarification on
Trevin, On Trevin, yeah, Trevin was evaluated for a concussion. He was cleared. It was a stinger, and we couldn't get the strength back in time to get him back on the field, but he was cleared of the concussion, so that's being treated as a stinger right now.
Was it his right shoulder?
Yes.
Everybody good? All right, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Well, turnovers didn't help. You know, I feel like we had a lot of momentum at times, and then, you know, I turned the ball over a couple times that, you know, I didn't give as much of a chance today, and so I've got to be better. I think that's the moral of it.
How frustrating is that for you personally when to have those turnovers, especially that one in the red zone where it's like y'all was in position?
Yeah, it's you know, it's tough. Obviously, I've got to do a better job of protecting the ball, and you know, especially at that point early in the game, we had momentum and we were going down to score, and you know, you got to hold on to it.
At the end of the first half, you guys had a chance to put some points on the board out of timeout. Took the sack on third down. Can you tell us what happened on that play?
Yeah, I can't take a sack. I should have found a way to throw it away, and put us in a tough situation there, and we weren't able to get points at the end of the half.
Andy, did it kind of just feel like the offensive line, the turnovers, that like it just kept piling on from a lack of momentum standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, there's, like I said, times early in the game we felt like we were moving the ball well, and even throughout the game we were moving the ball well, and we just end up shooting ourselves in the foot, got in some tough situations, and we weren't able to overcome that.
Andy, Dave said he went in the locker room and talked about it's one game. How hard is it to kind of hear that message and live it when one's like that?
Yeah, it's obviously tough. They all count one. We have been on the other end of that the last 3 weeks, and so it's been a different feeling in the locker room. And you know, unfortunately today we did not play anywhere near the type of football that we know we're capable of playing.
All the injuries up front, how tough is that going to be moving forward for this team? Some of these guys are all doing second year.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how this whole thing shakes out, see the extent of everything. But, I mean, we've got to find ways to, you know, still get the job done. I think that's why you've got the depth. We've been fortunate. We've had a lot of guys that have played a lot of ball, and we'll, you know, see how this thing goes from here. But, yeah, I mean, it doesn't stop for injuries. You know, we got to keep going.
Andy, how hopeful are you for Jalen Coker? It seemed like he had some good rhythm today with his routes and some good timing with you. Just talk about him being back at full speed at this point.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. He's obviously worked hard to get back, and he's feeling more comfortable out there. For him, he's a guy that tries to do everything the right way and be in the right spot. So I'm happy for him. I'm sure his role is just going to keep increasing.
Andy, Derek Brown called this a humbling loss. A lot was made before the game that this would be kind of a measuring stick. How did you think you guys measured up to one of the NFL's best?
Well, I mean, we obviously didn't play anywhere near the type of football that we know that we can play. So, I mean, yeah, you can say it's a measuring stick, but I think at the end of the day, we didn't even give ourselves a chance, and that, you know, for me, I didn't give this team a chance. So, you know, it wasn't our day today. They obviously played really good on their side of the ball, and for us, we got to just move forward. It's on to the next. I mean, that's how this thing goes. They all count one, and so we got to be better next week.
Does that make a loss like this worse because you guys are on a 3-game win streak and you have been playing decent football?
No, it doesn't make it worse. Obviously, we've been in a good spot the last several weeks, and we've had some momentum. But you know, it counts one. Back to it this week.
I'm sorry. On the broadcast, they made a big deal of saying Shaq Thompson read that tunnel screen or whatever and was pointing everybody that way. I don't know if you would agree with that, or just in general, can you describe that play and what happened or what you wish you had done?
Yeah, I mean, they made a good play. Obviously, you know, for the Dean to get up and make that play, I tried to get the ball out as quick as I could, and they made a good play. So.
Scott's point was, did you hear Shaq like calling it out before the snap at all?
I mean, I think Shaq was communicating with him. So, yeah, I don't necessarily know if he knew exactly our call and all that kind of stuff, but so
Could you
it was a
have
good play.
killed it?
What?
Could you have killed it, or did you not think it was necessary?
No, it's again, it's the right call in the situation. The guy made a good play.
Andy, what was your interaction like with Bryce Bryce throughout the game on the sideline in between series?
Yeah, Bryce and I are in constant communication just throughout the game, just seeing what he's seeing and all that kind of stuff. So it's obviously good to have him in my corner.
Andy, you know what Brady Christensen's been through kind of the last couple of years, being shuffled in and out of the lineup. Dave said that he has an Achilles injury. When a guy like that goes down, who was really thriving after having to be a backup for a while, what goes through your mind as a teammate, and how do you kind of create a support system around him following something major like that?
Yeah, I mean this league's tough. Injuries are almost 100%. It's going to happen, and for him, who has been so versatile and meant so much to this team for a long time, ever since he got here, to be able to kind of just plug and play wherever we need him, and the work that he's done to be able to get to that point after missing a season a couple years ago and everything, and then to have this, I mean, it's tough, but I know if anybody can handle it, it's him. He's got the right support system, and I'm included in that. He's a guy that I'm going to be checking on and making sure that if he ever needs anything, because I mean it is tough. I mean that's the nature of this business, unfortunately.
Andy, you seem to be taking this one particularly hard. Why is that?
Because I didn't play like I was capable of playing. I felt like I didn't give us a chance, and yeah, it's tough. So I know what I've been able to do. I know what I can do, and so to not play to the standard that you expect, I mean that's why it's tough.
Is it tough for you, Andy, being at this stage in your career, understanding you only get so many of these opportunities to go out there and start?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every time I'm out there, I want to play good ball, and you never know how many more you're going to get. And I was looking forward to being out there today, and yeah, it's just it's tough from that standpoint too, because you never know when the next one's going to come.
You feel like there was some rust to the in-game speed when you started this game, or no?
No, I thought we were getting in and out of the huddle great. I felt like from the tempo of everything, I felt like we were doing a good job. We just, like I said, we got hurt with some turnovers.
As a veteran, how do you bounce back if your number is called again next week?
Yeah, I've been in this league a long time. I've experienced all the highs and lows of this league, and so for me, it's on to the next. I have my process, and I know exactly what it takes to be successful, and so just got to keep pushing for that.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.